For 30 days straight, I ran an experiment. Every single time I felt the urge to procrastinate, to skip the gym, scroll my phone, stay in bed, I counted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I moved. What happened after those 30 days shocked me. Not because it worked, because of why it worked. And once I understood that, I applied it to everything. My fitness, my finances, my focus. This video is going to show you exactly what I found and give you the one framework that makes discipline automatic. Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself, tomorrow I'll start, next Monday I'll get serious, when things calm down, I'll focus? Be honest, because I said it for years. I wasn't lazy. I knew what I needed to do. I had the goals written down. I had the plan. But when the moment came to actually do it, something stopped me. Every single time. And here's what I used to think that something was. Weakness. Lack of willpower. Just not being built for discipline. That belief almost destroyed any chance I had at changing. Because here's the truth. Willpower isn't the problem. Willpower is a limited resource. It depletes. It runs out. Trying to build discipline on willpower alone is like trying to drive cross-country on a quarter tank of gas. You need a system. Not more motivation. Not more inspiration. A system that works even when you don't feel like it. That's what these 30 days taught me. Here's exactly what I did. Every morning I woke up with one rule. Whenever I hesitated on something I knew I should do, I had 5 seconds to start. No thinking. No negotiating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. That's it. Sounds almost too simple, right? Week 1 was brutal. I caught myself hesitating on everything. Getting out of bed, starting work, going to the gym, making a healthy meal instead of ordering food. The urge to delay was everywhere, and I hadn't noticed how constant it was until I was actively fighting it. But something shifted around day 8. The counting started happening faster, almost automatically, like my brain had started to rewire itself. The gap between I should do this and I'm doing this got shorter. By week 3, I barely needed the countdown. The habit of acting on intention had started to replace the habit of hesitating. And by day 30, I had done 30 consecutive days of morning workouts, journaling, and deep work blocks. Something I had never managed to string together before. But here's what I need you to understand. The 5-second rule wasn't the real breakthrough. It was the door that led me to something deeper. 4 principles that I now apply to every area of my life. Principle 1. Shrink the start. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we need to feel ready before we begin. We don't. Motivation comes after action, not before. Your brain releases dopamine when you make progress, but it can't make progress if you're waiting to feel like starting. So here's what I did. I made every habit as easy to begin as physically possible. Gym clothes laid out the night before, so the decision was already made. Journal open on my desk, so the friction of starting was near zero. Phone in a drawer during deep work blocks, so the temptation was physically gone, not just mentally resisted. This isn't about being lazy. It's about engineering your environment so that starting is the path of least resistance. Ask yourself, what's the first physical movement required for your habit? Can you make that movement easier? If your habit is reading, put the book on your pillow. If your habit is working out, sleep in your gym clothes. Whatever removes the friction between intention and action, do that. Because here's the truth. You don't need more willpower. You need a shorter distance between deciding and doing. Principle 2. Attach, don't add. Most people try to build new habits by adding them to their day, and then they wonder why there's never time. The smarter move: attach new habits to existing ones. Think about what you already do every single day without thinking. You brew coffee. You brush your teeth. You eat breakfast. You sit down at your desk. These are anchors, and they're powerful. I attached my journaling to my morning coffee. Coffee brews, I journal. No decision required. One habit triggers the other. I attached my meditation to my post-workout shower. Workout done, I meditate for 5 minutes before I shower. Automatic. I attached my daily financial review to my lunch break. Same time, every day. No willpower spent. Within 2 weeks, these new habits stopped feeling like habits. They felt like routines, because they were woven into things I already did automatically. The psychological reason this works: your brain loves patterns. When a new behavior consistently follows an old one, the old one becomes a trigger. Eventually, the new behavior fires automatically, without conscious effort. So don't ask, when will I fit this in? Ask, what already happens in my day that I can attach this to? Principle 3. Track it or lose it. Here's something nobody tells you about building discipline. Vague goals create vague results. I want to work out more. I want to be healthier. I want to save money. All vague, all forgettable. During my 30 days, I was ruthlessly specific. Not work out more, but work out by 6:30 a.m., minimum 40 minutes, 5 days a week. Not journal, but 3 pages, every morning before checking my phone. Not read more, but 30 minutes, every night, same time. And I tracked every single day. A simple habit tracker. Just check boxes. Did I do it? Yes or no? Here's what that simple tracker did to my psychology. First, it removed ambiguity. I either did it or I didn't. No gray area. No, well, I kinda worked out. You either ran or you didn't. Second, it created a visual chain. After 10 days of check marks, you don't want to break it. That chain becomes its own motivation. You're no longer relying on how you feel. You're protecting something you built. Third, it gave me data. I could see where I was consistent and where I was slipping. That awareness alone changed my behavior. You don't need an app. You don't need a system, just a piece of paper and a pen. Mark each day. Protect the chain. Principle 4, and this is the deepest one. Decide who you are. Most people set goals from the outside in. They see a result they want, and they try to force behaviors to get there. I want 6-pack abs, so I'll start going to the gym. But the moment it gets hard, and it will get hard, there's nothing holding them. The goal feels distant. The discipline feels forced. The shift that changed everything for me was going inside out. I stopped saying, I'm going to work out every day, and started saying, I am someone who trains consistently. I stopped saying, I'm going to save money, and started saying, I am financially disciplined. I stopped saying, I'm going to build focus, and started saying, I am someone who does deep work. This sounds like a small word change. It is not. When your habits become expressions of your identity, rather than tasks you're forcing yourself to do, the whole game changes. When I wanted to skip a workout, I didn't just fight the laziness. I had a deeper conflict. That's not who I am. When I wanted to scroll instead of work, I didn't just resist. I felt the identity friction. That's not what I do. Your behaviors follow your beliefs about yourself. So change the belief first. Ask yourself, who is the person I'm trying to become? Then start making decisions as that person. Not someday. Today. So after 30 days of applying these 4 principles, here's what actually changed. I didn't miss a single workout. 30 days straight. That had never happened before. My morning routine, journaling, reading, deep work, locked in within 2 weeks and stayed. My income actually went up because I was doing deep work every single day instead of reacting to distractions. But the biggest change, the internal one. I stopped fighting myself. That constant background noise of, I should be doing more, I should be better, I'm failing. It went quiet because I was actually doing the things I said I would. And that changes how you carry yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you show up for other people. When you keep promises to yourself, you start to believe in yourself. And that is the real compound interest of discipline. I'm not going to tell you this is easy. It's not always easy. But here's what I can tell you. It is simple. Shrink the start. Attach your habits. Track the chain. Decide who you are. 4 principles. Pick one habit this week. Apply all 4 to it. Just one. See what happens in 2 weeks. Not a year from now. Not when you're ready. This week. If this hit home for you, subscribe. Because in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to apply this to money, fitness, and focus, with specific systems you can start today. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. The person you want to become, they're not waiting for motivation. They already started. See you in the next one.